clicked on this video, you're asking yourself, why would I buy a DRZ 2022? Well, here's why. 1, reliability. 2, not a lot of power. 3, comfortability. 4, drivability, the way it drives. 6, if you want pure horsepower between your legs, this is the bike for you. What's going on there? Here to talk today about my 2022 DRZ400. A couple things I like about it, a couple things I don't like, and the reason why I went with the DRZ 2022. First point is the price. I got this thing for MSRP was $6,999. Out the door $8,500 roughly. I know a lot of the other newer bikes are well over $10,000. The DRZ400 is proven to be a very reliable bike. I know a lot of people have put tons and tons of miles on these and haven't even adjusted the valves. Things are pretty much bulletproof. Very minimal work needs to be done as far as reliability on these things, just some standard maintenance on this. Another reason why I went with the DRZ400 is there's a huge community for these bikes. Pretty much any questions, any issues you can find online and answers for these bikes. There's tons and tons of forums and very active communities with these bikes. I found a lot of help just so far with some questions I had on these and things like that. One thing about this thing is it is liquid cold, unlike the DRZ650, even the XR650 is they're air cold. That's another plus that this thing has going for it. Just you get out there on the trails, you're slow going, anything like that. Another huge plus for the DR that it has going for it is carbureted. So whenever I go to do a pipe, I'm going to do an airbox mod, anything like that, all I have to do is rejet the carb. Unlike a lot of the newer bikes, you actually have to get a programmer or tuner for them, take them to the shop. You have a lot more money tied up in that than what you would in this old DR. A couple things I don't like about the DR. Number one thing is this seat. The stock seat on this thing is horrible. If you go for any type of long distance ride, if you're trying to sit down, you can't. It's pretty much unbearable. So what I did to fix it was, once again, I got on a lot of the forums and seen what other people were doing, and I went for 20 bucks off of Amazon. I got one of these Mad Dog ATV seat covers. It's gel. Made a huge improvement on the comfortability of the seat. Another issue with the DR is the soft cases. Now what I mean by that, I think you can see it in here. I put a cover on here. So a lot of times if you're riding this bike in the woods or just anywhere and you lay this thing over, the shifter will jam into here and you'll smash this cover, and then you got to buy the whole thing. So for I think another 15 bucks, I picked these up. You RTV silicone them on. Pretty durable stuff. Good to go there. The stock grips and handlebars on this thing. I'm a little bit taller. I'm 6'2". I do not find these bars or grips comfortable. I did order a new set of bars, and I have new grips as well. They're coming in. I got to put them on yet. I did roll them forward a little bit just to get a little bit more on them, but yeah, the stock grips, they suck. They are very uncomfortable. Same with the handlebars. I don't like the contour of them, so I'm going to change them out. The low end power on this thing is another issue that I have with it. There's not a ton of bottom end. I am going to try to remedy that with an exhaust and an intake. I'm going to do the 3x3 mod, and I'm also going to rejet the carb. From everything I've read and seen, they say it really wakes this bike up. So I'm going to try to do that. I got about 240 miles on this thing right now. I'm going to be doing the first oil change service on it here pretty directly. Really the only thing I've had to do to this thing thus far is I had to tighten the chain up, which it just stretched. I mean, it's a new chain, they're going to stretch a little bit. Very easy to do. Loosen the axle nut, take a small hammer, it has little clickers on it so you know everything's straight and in line, and then tighten her back up. To work on. Like I said, it's carbureted. I can do most of the work to this thing myself. I really don't need to take it to the shop. That's another huge reason why I bought this thing. They haven't changed anything on it. It is an old dinosaur. Another reason why I went with a DRZ in 2022 is simply just for fuel mileage. I've read that this thing's getting anywhere between 40 and 50 miles per gallon. I know I'm getting pretty close. I would say 47-ish miles to the gallon. Very, very fuel friendly. At $5 a gallon, makes it pretty nice to drive this thing back and forth to work.